Alright, so we just talked about some trig review, some trig practice. Now we're going to take these trigonometry ideas and put them into the unit circle. Alright, so here's our unit circle. It's part of our unit circle. There's only four, I don't know, maybe you can kind of say eight points on this unit circle. We need to fill out the four of them. Now, again, there are other parts to this. We're just focusing on these to keep it a little bit cleaner. All right, we have our two special right triangles here, 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90. And so what we have to do is figure out these coordinate points. All right, we have four at 60 degrees, 135, 240, and 330 degrees. So we want to figure out the points there. All right, here's how we do this. Everything is going to be in reference to our two special right triangles, 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90. What we want to do is create right triangles in our unit circle that have to do with these two, 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90. Well, this 60 degrees right here refers to, pick a green out, refers to this angle. From that axis to my line, this angle right there is 60 degrees. That is a little bit too long. Let me zoom in. This angle right here is 60 degrees. So what I can do is I can drop a median, or excuse me, drop an altitude here. Alright, I'll make a dash to start off, but then I'm going to erase it and put it as a solid line. Essentially, I'm dropping an altitude, which is going to make a 90-degree angle. Alright, so let me do it in a solid line so that you can see it more easily. Start here at this point, and I go straight down, and there's my altitude. Alright, now again, this inside angle is 60 degrees. This is a 90-degree angle, a right angle, which means that this part is a 30-degree angle. We have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Alright, also, good news, I ordered a pen off Amazon, so I won't have to be writing with my finger anymore, and there will be less pounding on the screen like this. Hope people have made comments on that. You know, I'm doing the best I can. So, ordered a pen, will be a lot easier to write. Side note. A tangent, if you will. But, alright, 30, 60, 90 triangle. If we look at our 30, 60, 90 triangle here, across from the 60, I have root 3 over 2. Which means, if this is my 60-degree angle, across from the 60-degree angle, it's going to be root 3 over 2. That's this whole side length is root 3 over 2. Everything in blue there. Alright? Across from the 30-degree angle is 1/2. So, across from my 30-degree angle is 1/2. And then, of course, we know that our hypotenuse is always, always, always 1. Our hypotenuse, this long side, is always 1. Probably shouldn't have put, let's see. That's always 1. Alright, so what does this help me with? How does this mean anything? Well, this is saying, this blue is saying that from here on the axis and up is root 3 over 2, which means this would be my y. Right, because that's, your y values are how high or low your graph goes, so this is technically my y, which is root 3 over 2. And then I start at 0 and I say, okay, well, if this whole thing in orange is 1/2, I'm going in the positive sense. I'm starting here at this point, and I'm going positive 1/2. This would be my x, since it's on my x-axis. this would be 1/2. This would be 1/2. And that's it. That's my point. So this point right here, at 60 degrees in the unit circle, is the point 1/2 root 3 over 2. Something that I didn't mention before, but it's definitely worth mentioning. What you see in yellow there, or in, I guess you can call it orange, that's your cosine. And what you see in blue is your sine. So, what you can say is that every coordinate pair that you see goes cosine, sine. The orange is cosine, the blue is sine. Every coordinate pair on the unit circle is cosine, sine. If you looked up cosine of 60 degrees, it should give you 1/2. Cosine of 60 degrees should give us 1/2. Let's check. Cosine 60, 60, 0.5, 1/2. 0.5 or 1/2, right? If you did sine of 60 degrees, hypothetically, that should give you root 3 over 2. Again, it's going to give us a decimal, but we will... so sine of 60 degrees, 0.8666. We can do root 3 divided by 2 just to show you. 0.86. So you see what I'm saying? Our coordinate points actually just show us the answer, the sine and cosine answer that we need. Which means you don't have to technically use the trigonometry part. You could use the calculator if you really wanted to. The problem is you got to be careful with the decimals, so the trigonometry actually helps us. Alright. Very easy way to remember this. This is alphabetical. I spelled it wrong, but whatever. Alphabetical. Okay. C, S, cosine, sine. Alright, so your coordinate points are alphabetical, cosine, sine. Which again will help us. So we can actually, we'll do it for the last one, but for this one, we will use the special right triangles. Alright, so you see 135. Again, 135, I want to hide. I'm going to erase all of this. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it. 135, this 135, refers to from here to there. Alright, that is 135. Now, that doesn't really help us much because we can't really draw a triangle like that. So instead, I focus on this angle right here. I want that angle. Alright, well, if this is 135, if that's 135, and the whole thing is 180, this would have to be what? 45, right? That's 45, because 135 plus 45 gives me 180. So really, I'm just going to cross this off and put 45. So we don't get confused. But 135 is really 45 if you're talking about the trigonometry. Let me drop a altitude and altitude. Use this. Drop an altitude, 90-degree angle. We said that that inside angle was 45. If that's 90, then this is also 45, because 45, 45, 90 is our special right triangle. 45, 45, 90. Across from the 45 is root 2 over 2, and across from this 45 is root 2 over 2. So it doesn't really matter how I do it. But just to keep it simple, we'll start over here. Across from this 45 is square root of 2 over 2. frustrating when it doesn't write. Square root of 2 over 2. I guess this isn't going to work. Square root of 2 over 2. And then across from this angle is also 45, so then this side is also square root of 2 over 2. All right. Now, typically I would have said that, just like the last one, this would be your y, and this would be your x, because this is on your x-axis, that bottom part's on your x-axis. The problem is, if we really look at this, we have to start from the origin and work our way to this point right here. So if I start from the origin and work my way to this point, I'm moving left. Which means that if I'm moving left, my x is negative. You can see -1 right here because it's to the left -1 units. So if I'm moving left, this is actually negative. So this is negative square root of 2 over 2. It's still my x's, right? But it's just negative square root of 2 over 2, which is perfectly fine. And then my y, well, my y is pointing up, starting from the axis and going up. So this is positive square root of 2 over 2. So I have a negative square root of 2 over 2, positive square root of 2 over 2. All right. Now, I'm going to let you guys work on the other two, but there's one acronym that will help you. We already said that it's cosine sine, right? So your point should go cosine sine. Something that may help you is to remember all students take calculus. Okay, all students take calculus. What this acronym is for? It's for your positives. For your positives. In the first quadrant, all are positive. Okay? In the first quadrant, all are positive, cosine and sine, or both, right? But all. In the second quadrant, sine is positive. All right. In the third quadrant, this is tangent is positive. Essentially, they're both negative. Okay, tangent is sine over cosine, so if you have a negative over a negative, you have a positive. So they both have to be negative. So in the third quadrant, they're both negative. In the fourth quadrant, cosine is positive. And then remember how we label our quadrants. It goes, let me see if I can maybe work it in here. This would be 1. This is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. And this is quadrant 4. All right. So again, all positive. You can see both of them are positive right here. That would be all. Now we did one in quadrant 2. Is my sine positive? Yeah, because I have cosine in light blue, sine in dark blue. The dark blue one is positive, so sine is positive. And then 3, they both should be negative. And then in 4, your cosine should be positive, your sine should be negative. So it should flip there. All right, so go ahead and try the other two, and good luck.